All right, my friends, we are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stones RSG Universe. Road to the 100 is here. I'm trying to create at least a minimum of 100 characters. I believe we are currently now at number 82. We're going to be working on 83, which is Yeedeman. The last character we just created was Z, which is another cursed child. Really cool character. Really excited about it. Thank you guys for coming over from the previous stream that we just had a moment ago, going over Ai's work. We got 18 more to hit the 100. I know we're going to do it. I said I'm going to do a soft cap at 100, but I feel that I might just go through and finish up the 115 or 116 that's there. And then we'll get to bringing some of these characters to life. What did you guys think about that kind of like quick stone review? And were you able to just stay here on the screen and refresh? Like, did the stream just stay here for you, or did it like go down completely? Is that something you would like to see more of, where we kind of, I do a stream, and as I start the stream, we do a stone review in a little pocket like that, and then I switch gears and move it to another stream? Does that work? Because that kind of keeps it like it's, you had to refresh? Okay. I had to find the stream again? Okay, so maybe I'll link it back up. Okay, I'll let the mountain know, because maybe that they didn't know. She creation road to 100 characters continues. Longer stream. This is going to be a longer stream than the one we just had, obviously, but I actually have a good chunk of time here to work with. Was nice. I had to look for the stream again. Okay. A nice little break. See that, like, that's so incredibly inspiring, right? Like, did those characters not feel so alive? So polished, so alive. And I think that might be a cool way in the future to do stone reviews like that, where I kind of can start the stream, have it all structured. It's a good way to kind of get people to come in and we can appreciate some stuff and kind of get our creative juices flowing before hopping into working on whatever we're going to be working on. Today it's going to be working on more RHGs, but it's a lot of the times, this is how I get myself energized. And I get that asked to me a lot, you know, how do you stay motivated? What you just saw, what I just did, is a taste of what I do a lot of the times before I get on stream. I'll find something that inspires me and I'll like dig into it and I'll like immerse myself in it. Whether it's a 15-second short or something that's 10 minutes long, I'll dig in and I'll get my feet into it, and it gets my mind in the right frequency. And then I want to hold on to it. It's like a thread. And once I find it and I feel it passing through my fingers like wet fishing line, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Does that make sense? We are so back. So, let's go ahead and continue. I think I had Prince David up here because I was exporting it earlier to drop it in the mountain. I think I forgot to do some of that last night. But we're cleaning the stage here, and we're going to be moving on to Yeedeman. And we're going to do our thing. In like 2 to 3 days? Are you further down the list? Yeah. Where is my hex randomizer? I gotta find it. Give me just a moment. There it is. Generate color. All right, that's a good one. A yellow. Actually, it's like baby puke. Baby poop yellow. All right, baby poop yellow. Yeet. To throw. Yeet a little bit. Throw a little. Or is it yes? Estimated time of arrival is minimum. Yeah. Yeah, ETA minimum. Is he a speedster? Is he fast? Yes, the ETA will be at a minimum. No. Here we go. Your number 99, special Pokédex entry. All right. Let's see. Let's pick a species or a culture to piggyback off of. Does the color lean us anywhere? Nah, maybe. Pretty good at throwing stuff, possibly. The color gives me Elder. Like when it's like these like darker grayish colors, like gray-green, burnt colors, darkened colors. This feels like an Elder to me. So let's see what the Elder can tell us. Have you made any golems? Yes. There's the Stone Guardian. But he originally was going to be a summon for Rackstem. But I don't like the idea of having a raw summon because you're just end up animating the summon more than you do the actual character itself. And I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? You know, it could be you gotta look at it from a weight of animation. That can get really heavy. This feels like an Elder. This color feels like Elder color to me. Pill-based golem. Like a yeet vitamin. One of the Elders. Trying to get his mustache just right. It's important. You got to get the old man mustache just right. Let's get his face and see if we can meet him. See if he's got anything to say. Oh, I want the beard to be on top, though. Don't we all miss Alpha? Okay. I feel like we got our old man here. Now, I don't know what he's holding, but he's like holding something. I mean, an Elder Heavy swordsman who deluded himself into believing that he was a successor to Alpha. Also, you know what I find is funny is like Alpha was such a bold name. Is there anyone in chat that doesn't understand why he's written like that? I know there's plenty of you who do. But is there any of you just don't be brave. Say in the chat like I don't understand. Why is he written like this? You don't know? Okay, I'm gonna break your head because this in itself was pretty evolutionary for its time. So I'm gonna draw it so it makes the most sense. This is why it's actually a really creative name, and I find it's funny that I haven't seen anyone else do something like this since. It does make sense from like the internet side of being able to understand it. You know, this is very niche and very like in the know, but I'm not joking when I tell you this. This is why he's called Alpha. F and L together make A. A-L. F-L-L. Then we have F and L make A. L. F. And then you need one more here. FFL. I'm not joking. That is literally why. FL LFFL. Oh no, I'm lagging. It's lagging. Alpha. You see it now? Oh my god, my flash is crashing. I'm actually doing brushstrokes and nothing's happening. Alpha just crashed it. Okay, I can save though. I'm gonna reopen. But that is how his name is written. And that's why it's Alpha. But of course, online, and like any other normal human, you would read it as full. And I think I ended up saving that other one as Prince Dave. I saved over Prince Dave, and that's okay, because we have multiple. A, L, F, A. Alpha. But you don't see much anything else like that today, because it's actually kind of genius, because it's perfect for search engine optimization, because since full is in the word, right? When you go to search it, it's going to show up, because that's the only, there's not, you know, if you name your character Shovel, anytime you can't search shovel, you know, on the internet, it's going to show up shovels. But you could search full, and it means alpha. Falafel, yeah. Anyways, the more you know. Right now, I'm trying to figure out why this elder is holding on to something. It is a cracked mindset. That's why Turquoise was him, man. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just drawing something. This is completely unguided thought. I'm just drawing something. His hands look like he was holding on to something. So I'm just drawing something. You need my help with what? Huh? Okay, give me just a second. I need to help my lady with something. And I'm gonna point to the thing that always gives me a break. For just a second. I'll be right back. Let's see if I can get right to it. At this point, it should be saved. There. Sometimes you have to take a quick little break for no break. I'll be right back. Right back.
What you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be the fan when I start rapping way. I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit bitches. Release bombs, they gon' boom, you gon' need a head miss. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. The flows call me Aquaman. I'm moving fast like an Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starting like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't stop me, rich. They can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I float this beat
No break, quick break. WB, thank you. Good job, Jin. Good job, Jin. Okay, I don't know why we are holding this thing, but we're holding this thing. Let me get me my mentally simulating sunflower seeds. See if we can get this ball rolling. What's up, GV? Okay. Could this mean anything? This looks cool. I was just gonna say, kind of looks like a key. Key weapon? Looks like a net. A net might be kind of annoying to animate, maybe. A staff that can time skip? That'd be kind of cool. I like that better than Keyblade. It would be cool if there was like this, something like this. Follow me for a second. It's like in the center, and then it could go like... You know what I mean? It controls like 3 seconds or something. Is that something? There might be something. Oh my god, an alarm thing that can wake up Neo? Is Chronos 5 seconds? Is that what his thing says? Yeah, maybe he's Mios' brother, not cursed. Mio ZZZ. What if this is his brother, but he's not cursed? And he's not a demigod. I was on this other stream this whole time like a dumbass. That's my bad. I honestly thought you'd be able to just stay there and it would just refresh and it would be the next stream. I don't know how to deal with that. That's my bad. Yo. What if they're ping-ponging? What if whatever he does keeps his brother in slumber for longer, and whenever ZZZ wakes up and stops time, it affects him? What if they're cosmically tied? They're twins. What if, hold on. What if, yeah, Lysandra, yeah. What if every time Mio wakes up and freezes time, that time that's being frozen is going into his clock staff. And then he can expend this. So he knows when his brother's awake, and it's this staff that is storing the time that is supposed to transpire normally when Mio ZZZ is freezing time. Time is still going forward, but it's just transpiring into this staff instead. What's up, Solomon? You wouldn't even have to see it happen. How about depending upon the position on the hand, the power can be stronger or weaker? It makes attacking with it really awkward.
Void.
I'm wondering what he could do. Like how it expends the time. Because I want him to be able to use this as a weapon. Give him some of the ping pong. Maybe. I'm thinking. We're using our thinking. It looks like a big racket, doesn't it? A million possible outcomes. 1. Two sets of hairs, shorthand, where time slows down, and long hair hand, where time speeds up. Maybe. I just feel like there's something with this, with the clock. I feel like this character needs something with a clock.
Void.
Is there any way we can incorporate some kind of like ranged attack? Like this itself is a weapon. He can use this as a weapon. But he's just like leaning on it right now. Target a beam attack? Maybe. Chimes are ranged attacks? Oh, like it's a cult. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like it's got a pendulum? Like a pendulum chime? But it's like... And usually a pendulum isn't going to have an arch to it. It'd be more like that. This might be something. I think this would be really funny. Well, I guess not really funny, but this would be a really cool idea. Something to do with the pendulum. I like the kind of wonky nature of it, too. Like, can you imagine this rotating as he's using it, though? But what would the pendulum be doing? Chime-based sound attack? That would be sick. Because think about when he swings this, when he swings it, he's holding it like down here as a weapon. This will be swinging like, when he swings, it'll be like freaking out. You know what I mean? He can use it as a ranged weapon. How? It definitely extends the range. You know, if it's like this, it's extending the range of the of this weapon for sure. But what could come out of this to make it an actual, genuinely ranged attack? He could use it for defense. It could block attacks as well, easily. I see there's a fully 360 pendulum. Like with rhythms and chimes. It'd be such a cool thing to sound like, give a soundtrack to. His sound effects have like different notes. It's not a soundtrack. His fights could be different notes. We're thinking. We're using our thinking. Swinging around 360 can create a defensive barrier. That would be sick. We're close, friends. We're close. I can feel it. Sorry about my timeline. I don't need that like that big. We are close. Rhythms and chimes. It's hard to make that visual, you know? Without, like, physical notes. I'm trying to think of it from a visual. I need to see it. I need to be able to see it in my mind's eye. You know what I mean? I'm not against it. I just need to see it. It needs to be clear in my mind. I feel like the pendulum itself should create some kind of range attack. Swinging around 360 could create a barrier. I think that would be cool. But that doesn't necessarily have to be a power. Maybe that's something that he can do when using this power. Well, he's an elder. Let's see if we can attach him to another culture. That might give us some ideas. Could he be an avian? An avian elder? Has something to do with wings, flying, wind. Let's put some wings on him, see how he feels. He could be Papa Bird. 100% could be Papa Bird. Papa Bird time. Let's see. Wow, that is the exact same color. I thought I chose a different color. What? Hello? Ooh, leading an owl? That would be different. How could I illustrate an owl coming out the side of his head? His beak could be smaller. What's a detail I can grab from an owl? Because remember, their beaks come off the side of their head for the avians in this culture. They have like a really tight snout, like a tiny beak. Almost like this. Really cool idea though with tying in the it being an owl since he's like time. That's sick. Are you kidding me? Nice. Yeah, tell me that's not cool. So he flies. So now think of it from the standpoint of flying in the pendulum. Imagine he's overhead, right? And he has it, and the pendulum is like this. Time flies! Yada! Straight to jail. That's genius. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Genius. Okay, what does the pendulum do? Pendulum sets the tempo, or the pace. This is royalty-free song. Meds Infraction Mocha. Mocha? Take a screenshot if you need it. No problem. Okay, this character is super cool. I love it. We just need the single ingredient being what does the pendulum and or clock do? I'm taking some chunks of feather. Because remember, the avians fought a war, one that did irreparable damage to their culture. Plus, this guy's old. This could have just been time as well. What does the pendulum... The pendulum sets the pace, the tempo. Is there anything there? Imagine the potential for sync fights. In the notes. I love all these characters so much because I feel like pumping these ideas into them in the beginning, it backloads so many ideas for animating them. Maybe it affects the speed of his attacks depending on the amount of hits he lands. I like that. Maybe we have something there. My headcanon is Avians versus the Cloud People. I mean, it makes sense why they lost, right? The Cloud People are nuts. They're like low-key gods. I could also see a world where they're actually allies. I'm playing with that idea, Mr. Guy. I'm thinking about it in my head. Maybe it affects the speed of his attacks depending upon the amount of hits he lands. Yeah, I'm playing with that in my mind. I'm trying to see it. Because remember, this is his actual weapon, right? Like this, the pendulum will be rotating on it, but this is, it's like almost like a banjo as a weapon. It's a cloud. Or not a cloud. It's a clock staff. But something with tempo. We're so close, man. Well, let's look at some of the other avians to get inspiration. We have Chronicle, who has a spear tipped with ink that is like a tar. Then we have Crow for Crow, which has the Cyclone Wind with the Cyclone Sickle. Both of which are semi-melee, because Chronicle's going to be really super long-ranged and also has like an ensnaring property to him. So crowd control, long range, crowd control, medium range flying. Crowd control, medium range flying. What is a crowd control, medium range flying thing that Yeedeman can do? I would love for it to be like sound based, like the clock is, you know, gong, you know, like tones. But that's so heavily sound effects reliant and their reactions reliant unless I can see how we pull it off in my brain, you know, like what the effect looks like, and I can't see it clearly. There's a masking effect that we used to use back in the day. I was never really good with it. Turquoise used it on some things. Endo was really good with it. It creates like a warping effect, but it's pretty heavy as far as like you have to like basically input the entire background. Like sound waves, yeah. You have to put like the entire background into a separate movie clip, then you mask it, and you like off-center it from where it actually is. And then you just animate out that mask, but I don't want to do that. It's kind of heavy. Deafening the opponent, sound waves. What about owls? Can owls bring anything to the board here? Is there anything about owls that owls do that is visual? Talons, very good point. Always face you? I don't know. Hit someone with it and it's a slow-mo for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a long time. Night vision, again, not super visual. They can rotate their head all the way around. You can hear good. These are good points. These are all good things. Again, remember how we talk about getting to the idea we want? Sometimes it's just saying stuff. Sometimes it gets us there. You can see the dark, which is cool. Could we create localized darkness? Hold on. Imagine dark slashes. Hold on. Let me get something out of my head. I need to make sure this looks awful before I, like, count it out. Let me make sure that this won't work really quick. The clock is always ticking, and every so often, during the fight, it gets dark, and he takes advantage of it by lightening it up again. I can see it. It's starting. I'm starting to see it. So, imagine swings of the pendulum. The faster he moves, the more of this like cloudy haze it's making, and it starts to darken the battlefield. And then it gets to a point where it'll like a canoe tipping point. If you guys understand how canoe tipping points work, where it just becomes dark. And in that time, you could do illustrations where it shows like slashes and slices effects, or like, you know, you're seeing like hits and stuff occurring. And then light envelops the space again. And oh my god, because owls only come out at night. And so he is speeding up the time of day to bring upon night. And during that cover of darkness is when you just go off with effects. You just slash, 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 slash. It's like the anime 100 slices in a second, and then they pause at the end, and then the person falls up into 30 pieces. Because the owl only comes out at night. Hold on. This is totally bonus flavor. May or may not work. Give me a second. No, not necessary. It didn't work. It wasn't working out how I wanted it. I like this. Just imagine him flying around like you saw in that animation that Crow for Crow did, where Crow for Crow is flying around. And then, like, you have this, like, hazy cloudiness that keeps, like, sticking around. And whenever you feel like it's been enough, you have the canoe tipping point where everything goes black. If you just have it, blackness envelop the screen. And then you could have these like gnarly looking strikes that go through the screen, you know, like this, you know, this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Slash, 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 slash. and then the darkness is essentially cut away because he's moving so much, time's going so fast, and then you see him like panting and everyone's all cooked. Tell me that's not cool. That's sick, right? That would be fun, and I could see it. And you can play around with the medium areas of darkness too, where it's not fully dark. And you can have him like slowly start to be getting more powerful. You know, like ramping up to his strength. I'm trying to see if I want to do anything with this. A little extra. It doesn't need too much. It really doesn't need too much.
Atonement.
Probably one of my new favorites. Wow, that's big. That's high praise. Okay, how do we word this? I think he's done. I think this is sick. I can imagine him perched on his clock, motionless, until it gets darker. Yeah. And he's wise. He's one of the elders, so he's one of the first. He's one of the first people. Like, that's what the other people will call them, is like, of the first people. The elders are of the first people. That's how they're referred to. Like, universally respected and feared for the different reasons. Because there's like, we can even like allude to there being a history that they don't, like the elders don't talk about. Because they were there since the beginning. They're of the first people. Time flies. We gotta use that. It's gotta be used. It's too good. Time flies. With, what is it? As the pendulum swings, it creates darkness. As darkness builds, it turns to night. In the darkness, Yidamyn dominates. I don't know how to put it any other than that. Like, under the veil of darkness, Yidamyn's true strength and dominance is shown. Does that make sense? Like, it's so visual in my mind, but it's hard to like write it out. This character is sick. I'm imagining so much in my head. It's got, like, I can see it. I can see it. It's harder to write it down, I think, than it is what I see in my head. As long as it gets the idea across. I think with the illustration, we're good. Do you feel it's fair? I mean, this is the hard part about character creation when it comes to a raw image and text. You guys were here with me during the creation, so we've talked it out, right? You were with me through the process of like arriving at seeing it in our head. But when we're presenting it like this, it's just handed to the viewer. They're just seeing. This is all they have, right? So it's kind of hard to stand out of it. Oh my god. I just realized how it actually ties into the name so well. He's essentially fast forwarding day into night. He's literally yeeting a minute. It's the yeet a minute clock. Full circle, baby. They said it couldn't be done. He yeets the minutes. You'd have to really use audio and visual cues if you really want to get the viewer with the clock and sounds and all that. And I don't think that's too hard. And I think also that is just flavor to this. Time flies. Get it? Avian. I still love that. That's not mine. That was chat. But time flies, yeets a minute. He has a pendulum that brings night. He's an owl, by the way. That's the other part of why it brings night. He's an owl. And so at night is when owls are hunting. They come out at night. So he brings upon darkness to essentially do all of his attacking in a very much more ramped up, dominating way. Oh my god, he's got layers. Listen, Chad, it only took us 53 minutes, but we did it. He's flawless. Done. And just like that, we have another avian. Let's go, avians. Crow for Crow, you happy with him? Or what? Oh my god. We can just keep going, dude. He's Father Time. He's literally Father Time. He's the elder of all avians. Father Time. King Clock. At this point, he might have his own faction. That's right! Oh my god, he's a brother of Mio! Because of the time relationship. But he is not a demigod, he's not a cursed child. King Clock, king of the flock? No, King Clock, leader of the flock. So you don't double down on king. The clock's locked. He's perfect. I love him. Okay. Only a matter of time. Oh my god. This is still Prince David's. Oh, is it smoke? Alright, we're cooking. Here's a joke for you. Father Time do any battle, he throws hands. Oh my god, hands to the clock. Okay. You know what to do. I'm getting the poll up. Vote on the poll. Is he Neptune or Ultra Savior? Get your votes in. Hands of a clock, but also throwing as in yeeting. Yep. Oh my god. It's got layers. What's the difference between Neptune, US and Neptune? All right, let's do the quick rundown. So, the difference is there's two factions. You need to be on one team or the other. Let's get them up. You are either going to be Team Ultra Savior or Team Neptune. Neptune, these are both the gods of Stone Mountain. They're brothers. Ultra Savior's job is to make sure Neptune never escapes. He is his brother's keeper. Neptune escaped. So he's the rebellious, chaotic brother, and this is the righteous, holy protector. So you're either going to be on Team Zeus or Team Hades, in a sense. So, is Ydaman Ultra Savior, US, or is Ydaman Neptune, NEP? Get your votes in. I love a good mace weapon. We need more. We could get more. It looks like he's a pretty staunch Ultra Savior. I wonder how many of the elders are in Ultra Savior. I still can't believe you guys. I think you guys are really the only time you guys persuaded me completely on someone who I thought was 100% going to be Team Neptune was on Sleep Deprived Citrus. The gasoline leaking fire staff elder. Yeah, okay. We literally, if everyone else that's watching voted Neptune, it still wouldn't sway it. Ultra Savior. Dunskies. Ultra Savior gets another warrior. US, and that goes to 44. Ydaman is sick, man. Every time I feel like, oh man, how am I going to follow up some of these characters? You know, how do I stay creative? How am I going to put something else out that I'm that happy with? And then you get Ydaman. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys saw last night, but we created Prince Dave, CT. His ability, which is really cool, is a switch effect. Every time he attacks, it switches his weapon. It's always the same cycle. Scythe, sword, axe. Scythe, sword, axe. Scythe, sword, axe. What's up, Struck? But after he attacks, as the weapons switch, an effect occurs. When he goes from scythe to sword, when sword comes out, he gets a dash or a boost, meaning it just pushes him. He doesn't get to use it when he wants to. As soon as he switched weapons, it activates. Then he has his sword out, right? As soon as he attacks with his sword... Oh, I did the cycle wrong. Up on the screen. It goes sword, then scythe. Sorry. I was looking at his, how he was holding them. It goes sword, then scythe. So then he attacks with this sword, and it switches to the scythe. When the scythe comes out, he has super armor that decays. So he's like invulnerable to damage for like 1 second, and then takes less damage at 2 seconds, and at 3 seconds, diminished damage, but he'll still feel it. You know what I mean? If he's taking damage that moment. Then when he attacks with the scythe, it goes to the battle axe. And as soon as the battle axe comes out, it sends out a push or a knockback. Everything in a radius gets pushed back. And then he's holding the axe. So he can attack the air to switch his weapons to gain benefit of the certain effect. Prince Dave is also related to... he is the son of King and Queenly. Okay. Then we created Z, which is another really exciting character, a cursed child. We haven't had another cursed child in a minute. What's up, JK? Z, we made last night, has the Omega symbol on their back. It's kind of hard to see with all the effects happening. This is a very effects-heavy character. But they have an Omega symbol on their back that's actually a backpack. There's chains that hold the Omega symbol to Z's back. And every time Z attacks with either blade, like lands an attack with either blade, Z is struck by lightning. But when Z lands an attack with either blade, it shoots out not only the blade doing tremendous damage, but it also shoots out homing holy bolts that track and hit their target or hunt their target after a short duration. So imagine it like this. Z swings the sword, makes contact, right? The sword makes contact. As the sword makes contact, these holy bolts shoot out. Like this. I'll do one. One holy bolt, two holy bolts, three holy bolts, and then they hunt the target and zap, zap, zap. Like that. Right? In the meantime, as soon as Z struck down with the blade, Z gets hit by a lightning bolt. And so Z's going to be reacting in pain as the holy bolts are essentially hunting down the target that she struck. Z's one of the also got added to the cats, which we didn't have very many cats. Z is a cursed child, but also a cat. Oh, sorry. So we have Meow, Anya, VA, and Z for the cats. The kitties. And now, Yeedeman. With the avians. The burbs. Was Prince Savior or Neptune? I believe he ended up being really close. Let me see. Was he our coin flip last night? I think Z was the coin flip. Yeah, Z was the coin flip. Prince Dave ended up being Neptune. He ended up being Neptune. Right? I gotta change this now. I want this to visually represent it a little clearer. I want this to be the rotation, but I want this visually to match that rotation. There we go. Look at all of our birds. Look at the avian population. It's growing. How cool. Sorry. Michi, what's up, Michi? All right, let's get into our next one, shall we? We took an hour on this one, but he was worth it. Blue Bow Tart. If I'm saying that right. No, I'm not saying it right. It's Blue Bot Art. Lol. But I like Blue Bow Tart. Blue Bow Tart might make something funny. Nothing much. Animating for a big old pivot joint. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab the hex code color randomizer. What do we got? A blue. Interesting. Aquatic? Question mark. Blue, blue. Blue bot. Should we make a robot? Approaching 2 mins in length. That's huge. Water-based robot. Oh. Robot chef. Johnny. We finished up Yeedeman. He ended up really cool. You can check him out in the Stone Mountain if you'd like. We're working on blue bot art now. We just got his color. Candy Monster. I think it would be cool to make him another robot. A water bot? Would that be something we could do? A water bot, perhaps? Yeah, secondary motion. So tasty. Huh. Water hazard or overflow? I'm using my thinking. Almost like it's a helmet, like an underwater helmet. But we have to incorporate bars somehow. 'Cause I feel like bars is part of the culture for the robots. You know? Is there a way we can incorporate the bar staffs for this robot? It's like a scuba cyclops. Yeah, it's got scuba cyclops. Having a stroke, man? What's going on? Enemy of the bar dude ended up settling on the second animation being the king dude. The king is gonna be so sick to animate. There's some of these characters that the visual in my mind is so incredibly clear for them that I'm just so ready for it. You know those water jets used to cut through metal? A water pressure jet? A pressure washer? We might have something there. The visual is pretty strong for that. I didn't like the idea of water as an ability originally, but I think the visual, if it's being a water jet, is a little bit different in my mind. It's not just like flowy water. Yeah, it's basically laser, yeah. Is there any way we can incorporate the bars into it? Is it maybe the bar is the weapon? I'm trying to think. We're close. We're close. Something's happening. I yearn for the seas. We're close. We're close. Something's here. I can smell it. Or do we make it white and have a blue glow? That may be kind of cool. Kind of coincides with his glowy eye. Maybe I can tie that in somehow. Hold on. Ooh, pretty. What if I leave that normal? Duplicate, add, blur. And oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Alpha. Okay. Trying to think here. Using my thinking. Using my thinking. What could we do? Absorb electricity and then shoot it back at an avatar? Super fast swimmer is not really super great because it's not all that often that you're going to be in water, and you'd also have to animate water a lot. Water and electricity is a huge buff. Throw on his forearms and back like Iron Man. Gives me an idea. No. Not the idea I was thinking. I want to do... If we do water jet streams, I'm trying to think of how to tie it in. You know what it is? Oh my great googly moogly. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this idea out of my brain. Hold on. I have to like have this drawn before it's gonna make any sense completely. Give me a second. 3 cables. Okay. I see it. 3 cables. Give me a second. I'm almost there. I promise. Give me a second. I promise. He is... Hold on. I already have the idea. I just have to execute it. I promise. Just give me a second. I see it. Hold on, I'm close. He pulls the moisture from the air with his I-beam. He pulls the moisture from his I-beam and it concentrates it into this water shooter / staff. That's what these cables are for. He's pulling the moisture from the air so he can turn the light on. He can turn the light on his face and he's sucking the moisture out of the air. Really good counter for the Cloud people. And shoots highly compressed, bursty water jets. I got you, Donnie. Imagine as a finisher, he sucks the moisture out of someone's body and then blasts it back at him. He could. This guy's gnarly, dude. Legitimately gnarly. So I got this. If you guys want the playlist, it is this one right here. This is the playlist that is currently playing. I've been playing it pretty much for the last like 2 weeks. It's got secondary motion with the cables. He also has to pause. He can pause, and then I just imagine him doing this at the air, like literally just like turning his head back and forth with this beam just like going across the air. And then if you want, you could even animate it like pumping in through the cords, or make the cords like more animated, you know? Like it's pumping into the staff or the bar. And in the meantime, of course, the bar itself is still a weapon. Yep. I'm trying to include as many of my people from my community into tangible characters in my RSG universe. Because I thought that would be a really cool way to make a bunch of really cool characters. And that way when you see yours on the screen when I'm making something or when someone else is making something, you'd be like, that's like my guy. You know what I mean? I updated my list last night, I believe. Was that last night? I don't know. This is the current list as it stands right now. I was going to do a soft cap at 100. But I might end up doing the full 115 either way. Soft cap meaning I'm not stopping doing it. But I'm going to start focusing on doing some animations. You know what I mean? Yeah, someone could cut the cords. If you're not on this list, it doesn't mean that you're not in, but it just means it's going to take longer. Imagine someone cut the cords, the bot starts zooming around from water jets. That would be sick. See what I mean? How like, if there's certain characters, how they're designed, your mind just starts racing. Yeah, go for it. Leave a comment on the TikTok. Yeah. I gotta do his tagline. This guy's done, man. Water, jet, power. Water, jet bot. That's what I'd put. Water jet bot pulls moisture from the air from, let's say, through. No. Vacuums moisture from the air with I. Liquid is then pumped into the staff. So the staff bar, staff, whatever. Later, see you, Mango. Memgo. Staff shoots highly pressurized bursts of liquid strong enough to cut steel. Yeah? Memgo! Did I miss anything? Did I giga typo anything? Try to make it as... The goal is always to not make it wordy. Use as little words as possible. Seems done. What if I did... Hold on. Should I be a little bit extra? Hold on. A little bit extra.
Dystopian nightmares. Human error. Infinity. On a distant planet. Our galaxy. Android.
That's kind of cool. You know what? I feel like this last dot is not necessary. I think that's cool. We cranked this one, dude. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. I was trying to start a poll. When did we start a poll? Boom. Blue bot art. Water jet bot vacuums moisture from the air with I. Liquid is then pumped into the staff. Staff shoots highly pressurized bursts of liquid strong enough to cut steel.
Human error. Infinity. On a distant
The cables is where a lot of his life is going to come from. There's a lot of secondary movement with the cables. I feel you, Slavner. It definitely is coming in with that, though. This was 10 minutes-ish? That's crazy. He just works, man. It's simple, but it works. Like, I have no complaints. The flavor here is absolutely the usage of the staff and the cable animation. Remember, because the cables are always going to be attached. So, imagine him swinging it and attacking with it, and those cables are getting wrapped and flinging. Not going to be difficult, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Record time on that one. Some of them are just, they just come out. Can I slide the name down a little further? I think I can. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. On to the next. Who do we got? Oh, wait. We didn't decide yet. Neptune? That's a pretty decisive Neptune. Okay, Exotic Garbage is up next. I've had worse. I've had way worse. Okay. Color generator. Let's go. Every stream I've checked out so far, there's been at least one record time. They've all been bad record times, dude. Record time usually is either it was just barely under 30 minutes or has been longer than an hour. Both for the record times. Someone created from a dumpster and has just gross as hell powers. Real? Blood red? Have we had a blood red? I guess Buttersmith was pretty close. Buttersmith and Stick 15. Probably the closest. Clown? Let's look at our species list here. Based off of not the brothers, just this color, exotic garbage. What do you think? Elder, clown, royalty. Definitely not cloud. Definitely not robot. Exotic garbage. Cursed child. Brute. Gloopy. A washed up clown. A species of jelly jam.
Oh.
Something to go with jelly jam and pan butelli. An element. Brute? Exotic garbage brute? I don't know. A fly that collects garbage. I don't know, man. I feel like clown or element, like complete element, like pan butelli or jelly jam. feel like clown. Yeah, I'm feeling clown. Brutish element? Hybrid? Brute clown? Clown tank? Clown tank. Clown tank? Clown tank. Clown tank. Clown tank. Garbodor vibe. Exotic garbage takes the visual effects of whatever hits him, and they stick out of his body like solid objects. Like if he gets hit by lightning, it'll stick out like a spike. What if he then shoots it all out like shrapnel? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, he has to be attacked. And he loves it. Hold on. Can I take objects from people? I need some garbage. Lassie! We're getting there. Hold on. Sorry, I'm having a Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment. Watch this. Ew! Maybe that won't work. Let's get a weapon. I need a blade. Just got a sword. A lousy sword. Perfect. I love this so much. Is this not cool? Is this not giving you ideas right now? Wait a minute. What if it's more creative than this? Hold on. Oh, I'm thinking. Hold on. I have two ideas. I need to make sure this one doesn't work first. Something coming out of his head would be a vibe. I agree. We'll get something for that. Can I do this? I don't know if it's gonna work how I see it. There's two ideas here. Idea one is he takes all this junk and he spits it all out back at the enemy, right? So it's double-edged sword. It's really hard to hurt him. And anything you pump into him is going to be tossed at you. Or he somehow makes a silly version of the thing you've thrown at him. Hold on. This is where like creativity gets to just go crazy. Hold on. He makes a silly version. Hold on, something's happening. Don't mind me, I'm using my thinking. Do you see what's happening? What if he takes your stuff and he makes... Oh. Anything you give him is ammo to his creativity. Oh. I don't think I've ever been so excited. Yo! Oh, wait. Wait. And the best part. Oh, I can see it. Hold on. Hold on. What if it comes out of a present? It like busts out of a present. Like confetti. Surprise! Oh my. Come on. Do what I want. Why are you like this? I know what it's doing. It's just being... Oh my god. It's misbehaving. There we go. To me, this is so cool. So, depending upon who he's battling, he's going to make a surprise package. And so as he's taking damage, it's like you're just feeding him information. And he's going to make a surprise gift. And that surprise gift is going to open. And when it opens, you have to deal with the amalgamation of the creation, which is going to be a weird hodgepodge of abilities that he's fighting up against. He may not be very good with it. It may not make a lot of sense all the time. But it's going to be like a horror film of... It's going to be like a horror film result of the objects that are hitting him. Quite literally, exotic garbage. Oh my god. Oh my... Look at that. So his whole setup is taking damage. And then it's like his body processes it into one weapon. Like, this weapon could have part of the properties of Lassie. Maybe has like a shockwave after image that periodically explodes. Or an explosive after image. Or... yeah. An explosive after image that has knockback. Or if you included this, it's an explosive knockback that can take you somewhere else, like teleport you all across the room or something. It'd send you to a random location. That's what this weapon would do. This weapon, not the present, this weapon, it would have an after image, like so. It'd have an after image like this, that when it hit, it would create a shockwave that would push you back with a small, like, explosion that on impact that would teleport you to a random location in the room. Because that is the amalgamation of the abilities he absorbed. He takes your stuff and he makes it exotic garbage. My Flash didn't like me going through all the filters like that back and forth and jumping around to different files, so it was crashing and reopening. Yo, this would be so fun to animate. If you're pumping a bunch of damage into him, even if it's the same thing, he could just be sitting there cracking up. And then a present pops out of him and you're like, what? And then it, surprise! And it's a bunch of like confetti that comes out. And then he just takes this weapon. And then you realize, oh no. Oh no. What have we done? Oh no. Oh, great heavens. What if what if he stumbles into battle? Exactly. That's exactly how I see him. You can set him up any way you like, every animation. You have no idea where he just came from. Put a battle axe in him with the boomerang attached inside of in the middle of his head with some arrows sticking out of him. And then you have this like ranged boomerang axe that shoots out arrows. That looks all messed up that he tosses. That's the first idea that came to my brain. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. You could set up every fight any way you want. In a really like crazy... And the more like jank it looks, the cooler it could be. What did I say? A battle axe, boomerang with arrows. And he's just like throwing this thing around and the arrows like fly out and then it rotates its way back to him. You know what I mean? That's totally random idea, but you get to have so much fun with this character and he just absorbs things like he's a big jelly. Again, the clowns to me are like horror creatures. They're elemental, maybe even mythical. You know? But they're supposed to be funny, so you think like making jokes and gifs and laughing and but look how creepy this is. He literally like I was thinking he should hatch it like an egg. And I'm like, well, clown is not gonna lay an egg. But what if it's a gift and his egg is like it's a gift? Ew, even if you wanted to, you could make it like an umbilical cord or something. Like it just shoots out a random part of his body. And you could even have it animate like pumping the gift over the location or something. And then it pops out. The gift pops out. You know what I mean? Imagine the weapons get stuck in him and then they absorb into his body, or they like fall out of his body and then he just starts laughing. And then this like umbilical cord pops out and you see it pumping something through the cord. And then the gift comes out and like the juice of the character is just like oozing off of the gift. And then it opens up and then it does like surprise party. And it's a gross amalgamation of the things that you did to him. And then he grabs it and he starts walking at you slowly. Yes. I don't know if animate objects work. It's inanimate objects. So it would have to be something. I think it would be related to objects and not people. Party whistle noises, exactly. I don't even think they do the umbilical cord thing. I think that just be a flavor of animation. This is one of the grossest ones yet. I think I sent people packing with this one. One man's trash. What do you guys think? Absorbs items and objects. Spawns a present that creates a gross one's manslaw. Absorbs items and objects. Spawns a present that creates a gross amalgamation of traits and aspects to those objects into a weapon. One man's trash. We got another clown on the board. I'm maybe too proud of this one. I think on the fly, this is so creative and cool. Like, do you see the parts? The pin, right here, the pawn, the horse's mouth like open with a broken jaw, and the sword blade coming through. And this guy's name was Exotic Garbage. I think this is like maybe the fastest on something that's really got a lot of detail going on. I can't say record time because I'll get in trouble, but I also don't think it's record time. This is one of the fastest I've done for something that is, I would say, very complex detail-wise. Definitely the grossest. This guy would creep me out. Oh, we don't have all the frames. Oh, I see. Bro. Let's go. Let's bring all the clowns out. Where are all the clowns at? I'm missing one. I'm missing at least one. Hello? I have more clowns than this. Who am I missing? Oh, Gloopy. Or not Gloopy. Hobble Bobo. Is that it? Wrens. That's right. Look at the clowns, man. Jello Jam isn't a clown. Isn't a clown. Look at the clowns, dude. An animation with just the clowns would be sick. Can you imagine? These guys in like some kind of weird Suicide Squad scenario. Who's the leader? Who's the leader of the clowns? Who do you think is the leader of the clowns here? All these clowns just hanging out like a bar. You think Exotic Garbage? I don't know, dude. Hobble Bobo's got like big man boss vibes too. It's like he has control of his goopy tendrils, and these ones are just like subject to objects passing through. Super speed, poison, like burst uncontrollability. Could be not me. Yeah, super fast. I think the boss con is yet to be made. That's true. It could be true. Exotic would be up there for sure, dude. The creativity on Exotic. You can go nuts with this guy. I love how genuinely insane you can go with his creativity. Like, you can just pop off with this guy. Done. Okay. Let us see. Let us see. Let's put him up on the mountain. This is Exotic Garbage. Mafia style SRHG with the clowns. Yeah, dude, these are some legendary ones. You kidding me? Bangers, dude. Holy. It's. I'm on a roll. I feel like, again, like I said before, once we kind of outlined different cultures and species and creature types and relationships, it helps like create the web a little bit better. You know why it might be? Honestly, because we watched the animation first. Remember I said, I'm learning more about trying to showcase you guys how I do what I do. And I was watching that animation by eye as like my pregame to start animating, right? And I was like, well, why don't I do this with them? You know, maybe that's part of why we had so many fantastic creative juices flowing. Okay. We gotta do the vote. I think I know where this is gonna go, but we gotta do the vote either way. You know what to do. Ultra Savior or Neptune. Ultra Savior or Neptune. Put your vote in. Yeah, this is the most firm Neptune possible. Novamation's up next. Shall we? Let's get our color. Green. This is like a forest green. Forest green. Huh. Forest green. Dun, 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 dun. Forest green. Makes me think of forests. A forest elder, maybe. Gloopy, robot. Cursed Child, Brute, Cat, Gloopy, Rackstem, Aquatic, Elder, Cursed Child, Shaman, Forest Elder, Druid, Shaman. I want to do something more with like... I guess Mom should be part of the underworld more than she is just like a shaman, I guess. Maybe he's a druid. I don't want too many summons, though. I don't want a ton of summon characters. Maybe he has totems? What if he's a druid with totems? Thinking. We're using our thinking. That doesn't really point him to a certain culture as our species that we currently have, which isn't the it's not the worst thing, but trying to think. Nova is an explosion. He looks swampy, and Nova is to light, so I'm thinking something with fireflies. That would be cool. Firefly lantern. Lantern staff with fireflies. I see it. I see something. Hold on, let me get it on my head. That poll's done, by the way. That was for I apologize. That was for exotic garbage. We're on Novamations now. My bad. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't take the poll down. We moved on from that. That was my bad. I feel like I see this. Hold on. I have an idea where there's this guy who has this lantern weapon, and this lantern weapon has fireflies in it, and when he attacks, they can have these like little like fiery bolts that are like chasing you down and hitting you as well. You know what I mean? Like these little fiery missiles as he's hitting you. I'm close already. I don't know what his face looks like yet. Maybe let me see what his face looks like. I don't feel like he's a bad guy. I don't think he feels like a bad guy though. He's not giving me bad guy vibes. Not yet, at least. What's up, Gloopy? They're like little firefly, little firefly missiles. Maybe the swamp hair? Ooh, swamp hair secondary? What if he has, instead of, well, wait. What instead of swamp hair, what if he has a vine cape? It wouldn't be that hard to animate. This wouldn't be that bad to animate, truly. It's like 3 chords, and you can just tie leaves to it after the fact. And then for his head, I could put something on his head too, to like style him up. Druid. Leaves. Totems. Fur. Trinkets. Wood. Carved wood. I don't know. I'll hold off on his head for now. Let me get to the weapon. I feel like I got the weapon in my mind so situated, and then I just abandoned doing it. I was like, all right, that's done, even though it's not even done. Go. Ooh, I like that it makes it look burnt too. Close. Imagine if I had a real weapon. Yeah. Okay. So check it out. Ooh. Okay. He has a vine cape. The vines are alive, so the vines can assist him in some way. And he has this staff that has a lantern on the end that attracts these magical fireflies. So imagine when he strikes you, the fireflies are coming with, and they'll bounce off the target and continue assaulting them. And then when the lantern gets pulled away, the fireflies will kind of like chase the lantern. So it's like whack, shoop, 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 and then he takes it away, and the fireflies will chase the lantern. No way. I swear to you, when I'm doing this, something is happening where I'm tapping into collective creativity from the people that may or may not be involved with it. Because something happens. That's not the first time. Okay, so we got secondary. We've got effects. Literally staff type weapon, firefly like projectiles. That's crazy. This has happened a lot. A lot. Even with my wife, who I made a character here for, I learned something about her in one of the early renditions when we were trying to come up with her character on stream, where we tied in the name Pixie. I've been with her for over 20 years, and apparently she was called Pixie as a kid, and I didn't know that. Jarvis, expose him in the Doja Cast. I think it's a frequency I'm tapping into. And I'm just open to just scribble and not, like, you know? A lot of this is just purely exporting my initial thoughts. Things that are just coming out of the brain. You know what I think you should have is like some sort of like crown made of sticks. What are you doing in my swamp? Exactly. Yeah. Leafy collar. I think we can get away with not doing it just because I don't want it to interfere with animating the vines. You know, I get what you're saying, like this kind of thing, right? But I don't think it's necessary. I could make the stick a little more naughty. The stick's been a bad boy, so. Yeah. I mean, this is sick. I'm fighting doing something else because this is cool. We have secondary motion, we have weapon, ability. Maybe takedowns spawn more fireflies. What about that? Takedowns spawn more fireflies. Imagine him in an animation or a collab where you're just going at it. A ton of stick figures coming left and right, and he's like, bam! And then you see, you know, he takes them out. 2 fireflies, 3 fireflies, 4, 5, 6. Then you're at the end of the fight, and he's just like this huge swarm. It's almost like the scene can end itself for you because you have this massive swarm of fireflies that are swarming the lantern. You can have some kind of like explosion or something. You can get creative with it from there. You get too many fireflies and they all explode out and dissipate, and then you start over. This just might just be it, dude. Like, I'm only sticking around here because I don't know what else to do, and I feel like it's just done. He feels good. Like, it feels right. I don't feel like this is like jumping the gun or anything. I'm just giving him a little bit of a glow because of the staff, you know? What would be his tagline? I wanted to say it. I can do what I want. Leave me alone. Somebody got that. Somebody gets the reference. I'm such an idiot, dude. Imagine if I had a real weapon. No, it's this.
But despair only felt by R7. Wiser here to join the party. A 1v2 for the moment. Sayo trying to escape. Has that feather with that feather storm. Wiser gets one. The name. Nothing. Jinkato has to flash away from the Molten Fisher. Oddie gets.
Nearly
Oh, come on, bro.
champions, and I finally picked Yasuo. Starting out,
This is not gonna be it at all.
Imagine if I had a real weapon.
There it is.
Imagine if I had a real weapon.
Imagine if I had a real weapon. Staff is a lantern that magical fireflies are attracted to. Fireflies will seek the short range. Targets struck with lantern. Let's do... Yeah, let's do that. We'll seek at a short range target struck with lantern. Oh no. Okay, we're good. Takedowns spawn more fireflies. Is it that simple? I think it's that simple. Oh, I need to state the alive vines, I think. Mr. Benjamin, what's up, my friend? Mr. Ben. Hello, Mr. Ben. Vine. Cape vines are vidges. Vines are alive. That's it. They can be created from there. You as the animator can do what you will with that information. There we are. What do you think, Novamations? I would put him as part of like the forest people, like Rio. Oh my god, it's really similar to Rio, except he can't fly. Did I not include the weapon? I didn't get the weapon in here. Hello? How did I miss the weapon? Oh, I deleted it. That's what it was. Yep, that is what I did. I deleted the weapon. There we go. I got done. Today, this stream so far, we've done Yeet 'em in, which is to yeet a minute, because this owl of our avian species has a staff clock with a pendulum, and as the pendulum swings, it puts down a darkness, and that darkness turns the day to night. And when the darkness covers the battlefield, that's where Yeet a minute goes to action, because owls hunt at night. And time flies. Yeet a minute took an hour. Bluebot is one of our robots. He vacuums the moisture in the air, pumps it through his cords into his staff, and shoots highly pressurized water that can cut steel. And of course, using the staff as a weapon as well. Exotic Garbage can absorb hits from objects and weapons, and then he spawns a present, and what pops out is an amalgamation of those objects, traits, and physical attributes that he can use in combat. And Novomations has a lantern with magical fireflies that spawn more fireflies upon takedown, and when striking a target, fireflies go to work attacking and setting ablaze their target. And he also has a cape made of vines that are alive that can assist him in combat, offensively and defensively.
Let's play.
Now for the poll. Novomations, this character right here, Ultra Savior or Team Neptune? I'm voting him Neptune because it'd be funny as hell. He's giving me Ultra Savior vibes. He's a forest dwelling, forest lover. Just do whatever you want, Mr. Stone. That's all I'm doing. Let me drop him on the mountain while we're voting.
Let's play.
A child of light being evil. Oh boy, one more. You're fine, dude. Wow, you guys are split more than I thought you'd be. You guys are 9 votes. We got room for more votes here. Ultra Savior or Neptune? I'll leave the poll up for just a little bit longer, and then we'll move on to the next character. All right. I think that is a pretty strong Ultra Savior. Let's put him down and update. And also confirm. I want to make sure these numbers are accurate. So let's do a quick recount.
Darkwave.
We have 41 Neptune. See, that's why we recount.
Break it down.
41, 45. I thought I missed one.
Darkwave.
Yeah, a little more split than I thought as well. All right. Crikey Crisis. Let's clean the plate. All right, break it apart. Whoa, hit it. Hit something. What did I hit? No! No! No. Hatena, help me figure out what to do when this happens. I popped this out. The scene thing is on the wrong thing now. What did he tell me? You see how the scene? The scene thing
Darkwave.
is hidden now. It's completely hidden.
Break it down.
There was something, I forgot what he said. It happened to me, and he was like, oh, you just do this. And I was like, oh. I thought it was just putting it back into your workspaces,
Break it down.
but it doesn't do that. Look at.
Darkwave.
Can I grab it? Can I grab it here, perhaps? No? Yuck. Whatever. It's not the end of the world right now, but it's annoying. A green again. Make Crikey Crisis be upside down, like the Upside Down Man from DC. I don't even know the DC like that. See, now I can't see my. Wait, is it this? No. Let me ask him real quick. Having a stickman that can only move by walking upside down. Yeah, but it gets boring fast, because then you would just rotate the canvas visually and be like, oh, everyone's fighting upside down. You know what I mean? Or they'd have to just stare at him at the ceiling and be like, come down here. Please. I'm trying to see if Hatena will remind me of what we did to fix this issue. It was simple. The Upside Down Man? Okay. Oh, I see, I see. He's creepy. Creepy. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can open up the followers list. Okay. I got it. It is hitting. It's full screening and then full screening. Got it. We're good. Okay. Crikey Crisis. Green. What do we want to do here? Green. What? I would like to do another bug. I feel like I haven't done a bug in a while. We have 2 bugs in total. We have 2 insects. Tick from 100 million years ago and Dave M. I think it'd be cool to get another bug. Green's not a bad color for bug either. Some crazy, like, insane looking mandibles or something. Hold on. That's too big. What we doing for what? 100 million years? Yeah, I got one more. Thank you. Okay, bug. Think bug. Think bug. Let's get body first. Again, it is important for me that the characters have a stick figure body. I want to keep that consistent because then it can get out of control fast if I just start making them random creatures. So I do want to stay in the realm of stick figure possibility. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I just want to live. Thank you. I have a deviated septum, so it makes me sneeze a lot. It's also, I think, why I sound like a cartoon character. Because I have one part of my nose that's just cut off. Bug. Think bug. Bug do what? What bug do? Quick question. Hey, what bug do? Hey, what bug do? Bug do leg, bug do eye, bug do fly, bug do die. Haven't had a human in a while, I don't think. True, real. Get bug fly wings. Other bug have fly wings though. What if it's not bug? What if bug do spy? True. What bug do? What if it's another... What's just a relative to tick? Ooh, that kind of looked like a scorpion tail. Kind of. Okay, let's see. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something might be right. Scorpion tail back bling? Oh. Scorpion tail back bling? Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Scorpion tail back bling. That might be nightmare to animate, though. Honestly. The Mantis arms on stick figures don't do well. You have to unstick figure the stick figure. Or you put scythes on their short limbs, which feels weird. It's alright. We're back to the drawing phase. ends up just looking like horns. It's hard to put it too much on the face because it ends up getting cluttered by the silhouette as well. Right now we're going to just, hey, we're just going to draw stuff phase. Crikey Crisis. I mean, what better thing to have bugs than, you know, I think crikey, I think of Australia. And if I think of like gross, crazy bugs, I also think of Australia. We're just drawing stuff. We're letting it fly. We're letting it fly. Legs? Legs? Legs. Ow. Connected legs? No. Cricket? Cricket? My home country? Oh boy. Do you have gross bugs there? Or are we been lied to? Are they trying to keep us away from Australia? Or is there spiders that are the size of my face that run like the speed of a car, like they tell us? Or is it all just a myth? I feel like what happened was Australia became an island after it split from Pangaea, and one creature went up to another creature, and they were like, "Hey, what's up?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And the one creature to the other one was like, "Hey, y'all want to just be on offense, and we'll play defense?" And they're like, "No, I'll be on offense, and then you also be on offense." And like, wait, we could do that? And like, yeah, just we're both on offense. And then everything from that point on just decided to be more of a weapon instead of playing defense at all. And everything just became poisonous, deadly, stronger, faster, sleeker, bigger. Jump out like a grasshopper and strike like a mantis. We did go that route with the bugs. It's hard because like the anatomy for those things, it is hard to do it on a stick figure. You have to de-stick figure the stick figure. Did I share the history of RHGs? Yes. Also the history of creatures in Australia. I'd rather a spider than bears and cougars. Yeah, but like I've lived in the area of bears and cougars my whole life, and I've seen bears like 5 times. 4 of those 5 times were on CCTV footage, like of my camera of my house, catching them, and only 1 time was like they were in front of me. And he just freaked out because he was eating the trash and he didn't know I was going to be there. And I didn't know he was going to be there, so I also freaked out. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I just drew this. This is a thing I drew. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a thing I drew. I don't know what's happening. I drew this. I don't know what it is. Maybe I can figure out what it is. That looks cool. Whoa, that looks cool. What is it? I don't know. Stop asking. Just kidding. Keep asking. I don't know what I'm doing. The dragon. Good idea. I think bug is a great idea. You know what's also better than bug? Dragon. I have no idea what this is or what we're doing. This is one of those thinkers. I'm using my thinking. I'm using my thinking. Whoa. Dracula cowl from the previous. I'm at the soup store trying to get some clothes. Just wear the suit. What if he's the king bug? Could we do a vampire bug? What would a vampire bug be like? Eli. Looks like a wizard though. But I want him to be a bug. How do we make him a bug? What is an easy way to make something a bug? You give it wings, you give it extra legs, you give it extra eyes. I really don't want to do any of those things though. We have things with wings, we have bugs with wings. Extra eyes don't serve us well unless we give them purpose. Extra limbs just becomes extra things to animate without really a whole lot of added value unless we can put them away. Or we go the more complicated route and then we make something that is like, it's not even a stick figure anymore, you know? You get into this territory. Spidering them out. You know what I mean? But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I still don't know what this is either. I just have it. Is it hair? Is it like this? Ooh, that's kind of cool. We don't know what this is yet. This is just here. Early version of vampires, they're not all scared of garlic and didn't burn when exposed to sunlight. Interesting.
Virus.
Yeah, then we learned the meta. I mean, it's a cool visual. I just don't know what I'm doing with it yet. Crikey Crisis. Makes me think of Crisis makes me think like red explosions. Fire, hot. Virus. Well, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it off here. I'm losing some steam. Nothing's coming out of me creatively right now. I think what I'll do is I'll make some dinner and I'll come back to it for the evening stream. I think that's what we're going to do. Because I'm slowing down. But we did good. We done good, kid. These were 4 solid additions. Yedaman, Bluebot Art, Exotic Garbage, Novamations. Very happy with those. Look at this. Crazy list. Gen 1 is about to be a wrap. But yeah, I think I'll cut it off here and we'll start off here fresh at Crikey Crisis when we get back. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for joining me on today's stream. And be sure to check out I linked it in my previous video. They have a lot of work there that I really want you to check out. It's really impressive. Otherwise, I urge you to join the Discord, Stone Mountain, where we can hang out and talk and see what you guys are doing with your Stones RHG Universe creations. I had a lot of fun today, and if I don't see you tonight, as in you go to bed like a normal human, I will see you here tomorrow. I'll be doing some more streams. That is it. I love you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, bye. Okay, see you later. Bye.